Yeah. Come on, get into it, man. We're 90s kids. You are
my fire.
The one.
Desire.
Believe when I say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
Yeah, this makes no sense.
If you're a 90s kid, chances are you remember pretending this song made sense. Or you were that one kid who pointed out that it made no sense and everyone ignored you. Or you were that super fan who went to great lengths to explain this deep personal meaning that no one else was mature enough to understand. It's been 25 years since the Backstreet Boys released what is arguably their signature song, I Want It That Way, from their iconic album, aptly titled Millennium. So let's take a look at this pop classic and explore the age-old question: are melody or lyrics more important in a good song? I'm Rod Kim, and this is Millennial Sleepover. If you're a millennial who has doom-scrolled in the past few years, there's a good chance that you were one of the millions of people who saw my very first viral short-form video. Hey, does anybody remember that time the Backstreet Boys recorded I Want It That Way, but with lyrics that actually made sense? That little clip reminded elder millennials of something that wasn't very well documented on the internet at the time because, well, timing. Yeah, we had the internet, but this quiet swap of lyrics and then back again happened right on the cusp of everyday users documenting and heavily sharing information. So I wanted to discuss more than just what that minute 44-second video reintroduced and dissect the core question of why this alternate version happened. For those of you who don't know, I'm a full-time songwriter here in LA, so I've definitely got a take on this. But I Want It That Way is such a massive hit, I knew I'd need to ask a few friends what they think and ruin a few childhoods in the process. Here with Evan and Katelyn, little Remy Food, Nathan and Anna. Hey, Rebecca Rogers. Nathan the cat lady here. Amy from Style Theory.
Hello.
We'll blow their minds in just a little bit, but first, let's start with the basics. What do you think that song's about? Have you ever listened to the lyrics?
To be honest, I have no idea.
About a girl.
A girl?
Like they're singing to their significant other.
Is it about like a breakup?
She's like his fire, the muse.
You're the one that I really like, and you make me feel a little hot under the collar.
You're my desire. I don't want you to say that you want to be a part.
His everything, I guess. I don't know.
It's how he wants his eggs to be cooked.
So melodically, we have a classic chord triad outline. Very pleasing to the ear.
You are my fire.
The lyrics, coupled with that chord outline, start off strong too.
You are my fire, the one desire.
So far, this is a blueprint boy band ballad, right? But then it takes a turn.
When I say I want it that way.
This isn't wrong per se, just kind of a strange way to word this specific sentiment. What I think he's trying to say is that he likes this feeling of being in love and wants to keep that feeling. But then the second verse gets a little more muddled.
But we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way.
This is where that friend who's a super fan yells at you about how this is the other perspective of unrequited love. She doesn't feel the same because she always has to explain what she needs in this relationship. Again, not wrong, just bizarre phrasing.
Am I your fire, your one desire? Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way.
Even as a child, I remember thinking, that's about as far as I went, and then I just accepted it.
What appears to be happening here is an attempt at some clever wordplay with the phrase, I want it that way, being used in very different opposing sentiments. The same words cut different depending on whose perspective they're coming from. But if you grew up speaking American English, you know that we don't really talk like this. At least before this song made this phrase in this context so famous. One of the writers and producers of I Want It That Way is legendary Swedish songwriter Max Martin. Max is possibly one of the most ubiquitous pop songwriters of all time. I mean, just in this era of music, he co-wrote and or produced songs like
It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. When you want it the most, there's no easy way out. Oh, you people, can't you see how you love the family, our reality? It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Now show me love, show me life. Baby, show me what it's all about. Baby, when you finally get to love somebody, guess what? It's gonna be me.
And he's still going strong to this day. Most songwriters still study his methods and analyze his catalog. I mean, he's the second most successful songwriter as far as #1 hits. And he only just very recently surpassed John Lennon by one song to be second to Paul freaking McCartney. I Want It That Way was a bit earlier in his career, and the going theory in the music world is that his English wasn't as good as it is now. I don't know Max personally, so I can't really say if that's true or not, but it seems like a reasonable possibility. Whatever the reason was, the lyrics seemed odd to the powers that be even back then, and they commissioned a rewrite to something more coherent for the average American listener. And the results were, well, remember earlier when I said I'd be ruining some childhoods?
So far, so good.
I'm yours completely. I feel
What is this garbage?
so
I don't like it.
deeply.
I feel like I'm living in an alternate universe.
Thought every day.
This is Indiana Jones 4. This is terrible. This is Crystal Skull. This is Crystal Skull.
What? This is so weird. Is this Kids Bop? This feels like Kids Bop.
I want names. I'm a 90s kid. Like, this is ruining my childhood right now.
This is a complete 180. This is the antithesis of that song. What?
What? What?
Oh.
You know, it makes more sense like this.
Right. Well, that was the goal. So
This took a turn for the worse.
I just want to.
Shut it down.
Okay.
I'm like sad.
I'm so confused. We started with this song that was like this guy who's just like, I don't really care what you want, but like, I think you're hot. And now we're in a song where it's like, I am your biggest simp in the world and I love you.
I feel violated.
What's going on?
Depending on where you were in the late 90s, you may have vague memories of hearing this version of the song before it was quietly retracted, and the one we all know now was more widely released. But thanks to Napster, LimeWire, and Kazaa, some of us never forgot. At the time, we didn't know who rewrote the lyrics, but later in the 2000s, co-writer Andreas Carlson mentioned in some interviews that Mutt Lange had a hand in the rewrite. Mutt Lange in previous decades produced classics like Def Leppard and AC/DC, including the iconic Back in Black. But in this era of pop music, he co-wrote and produced a trio of best-selling RIAA certified diamond albums by his then wife. You may have heard of her.
Let's go, girls.
Any man of mine better walk the line. So don't try to run, honey. Love can be fun. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. From this moment, as long as I live.
To put this into perspective, a diamond album is 10 times platinum, and not only did they accomplish this 3 times in a row, Come On Over by Shania Twain has been since certified double diamond. So this fixed version wasn't penned by some random amateur, but the nearly unanimous consensus is not a surprise to anyone.
So, which version do you guys prefer?
I have to go with the one I knew as a kid.
Definitely the first one, but that's because I grew up with that.
I want that. Yeah, that's what most
this
people.
is like
My original.
I want the first.
The original. The
I
OG.
wanted that way.
So far, only Evan from Evan and Katelyn has.
I like both.
seriously.
The funny thing is, since I don't know the lyrics that well, and my everything goes in and out of my head, and it doesn't stick that much. I'm like, yeah. This is a bomb. Okay, cool.
we got a unique experience here. Everybody else has been freaking out by this point, but you're just like enjoying it.
I'm like, okay, yeah, karaoke, yeah, let's go.
But Evan brings up a good point. If you don't really pay attention to the lyrics, did it ever matter what they were? What is more important to a good song? If you had to choose between one, lyrics or melody.
Oh, that's easy. Melody.
Melody?
The melody.
Melody more important. Catchy melody. I don't care what the words are. Like, it doesn't have to make sense.
I don't care that it doesn't make sense. Life doesn't make sense.
I don't care if it doesn't make sense. It's the right way.
I'm just like da da da. Like I'm not even hearing words at all.
It's just gotta ignite a feeling. That's all.
I think this song's melody is powerful. I think it would have been fine regardless.
I'm usually more about the lyrics, but in this case, it's already ingrained in my brain. It's the nostalgia. It's the sentimental feeling.
It's a sing-along song, and if I can't sing along to it, I don't want to listen to it.
That's a good point.
You will sing along to really weird lyrics no matter what, but if the song doesn't slap,
It's not the words.
I don't care if this is like a poem.
We're the type to go around and sing made-up words to a melody
Yeah, you are known
and
for
do
that.
our own evolutions of that.
Yes.
We'll cut to resin time.
Resin time. Resin time.
Yeah, we're kind of singing all the time.
We've harped enough about these lyrics and their attempt to fix them. Let's talk about the language of melody. To me, melody and harmony are like dance. You often feel their impact in a way that you don't necessarily understand. Like most of my pals said earlier, feeling something in the melody is more impactful than a coherent lyric. Now, I believe what makes a great melody is mostly unquantifiable. Like, there's no specific rules that work 100% of the time. But I do have my favorite moments when they happen. Let's take the chorus of I Want It That Way, for example.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a party. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake.
That descending melody of Ain't Nothing But a Heartache starts on the 9th of a D chord, and to me, it gives this moment a feeling of longing, the kind that makes you want to reach your hand out, pull it back to your heart while closing your eyes and shaking your head. Now, of course, there's the element of nostalgia to account for. Do we prefer the version we know now because we grew up with it?
I think if I grew up with that version, I would be totally down for it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the first one you hear.
Yeah,
That-
like it's just.
okay.
I think it's just. Yeah, it's just. It sounds a little off, but like then if you were to grow up with it and listen to it, I wouldn't have noticed.
I mean, there's something to be said for the songs that were there for us when we drove our first car, hung out with our friends, had our first kiss, or got stood up at the homecoming dance. Whether we liked them or not, they were there for us. I'm almost 43 at the time of recording this video, and I can honestly say there are a lot of songs I didn't like as a kid that I hear now and smile. So is it just nostalgia? Is it just melody? Did the lyrics ever matter? Feel free to discuss in the comments, but to me, it's the most boring answer. It's all of the above and different proportions of each for different people. A lot of us remember the song sticking out because of how bizarre the lyrics were, and some of us inserted our own meaning into them that made it all the more personal.
So like you could make a story of it and have it be like it's a bossy lover who just like you're like, I don't want to know what you like. It's all about what I like, baby. But hey, you turn me on, right?
I think that's the beauty of the song, though, because it's so vague.
Yeah.
You make it very personal.
That's not my personal story, I promise you.
But the song had impact and stuck with us because it's great songwriting and had a great set of melodies. And the nostalgia of it all reminds us of a life lived beyond this song at the turn of the new millennium. I made my original short form video about I Want It That Way versus No Goodbyes nearly 3 years ago. Fast forward to earlier this year, and the Backstreet Boys have announced not only are they releasing No Goodbyes officially, sorry again, but re-releasing Millennium for its 25th anniversary a couple weeks after the video you're watching now is being posted, and doing a residency at the Las Vegas Sphere. The OMG we're so old jokes are kind of overdone now, especially from elder millennials like me. Sure, my knees and back hurt and they don't make music like they used to, but honestly, to be old enough to have this kind of nostalgia, especially music, is such a gift if you think about it. It's a bill already paid for by experiences ranging from good to bad, but we get to enjoy the good parts forever, whenever we want. It doesn't have to make sense. You can just get together with your friends anytime and fire up that karaoke machine and just sing at the top of your lungs.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
Thanks for going on another deep dive with me. If you enjoyed your time here, please consider subscribing to my channel, but also all my friends that you saw today. And maybe give this video a thumbs up for Lucy. What did this song mean to you? But also, little Remy Food brought up a good point.
There has to be another archive of just like unfound 90s pop music.
Maybe.
The archives.
If any like engineers or interns want to leak that, my email's in the bottom. No, okay. So if you remember any lost versions of songs, share them with us. I post these long-form deep dives the last Saturday of each month. I'm 2 for 2 now. So check back at the end of July when I talk about why the millennial whoop was in just about every hit song in the 2010s. Until then, check out my previous video about millennial graduation songs if you haven't already. I'd like to thank Patreon supporters Cal Herrington and Amelia Ross for making longer videos like this possible. If you would like to see your name here or just support me and Lucy, check out the link in the description and on the screen. I'll probably post more outtakes and unedited reactions from my creator friends there too. Also, check out my podcast where I interview artists like the All-American Rejects, Edwin McCain, Hootie and the Blowfish, Hinder, Roses, and my next episode is with the singing voice of Gem and the Holograms coming very soon.
I'm like trying to sing, but I'm like, wait, yeah.
You change your mind?
Yeah, I'm like, this makes no sense.
I'm just warning you, I'm 29.
Yeah. I'm older than that. So I'm going to quiz you on something that you may or may not have been alive for. Are you familiar with a little band called the Backstreet Boys?
Never heard of them.
Okay.
Oh, I was alive for the Backstreet Boys. Yeah.
Okay, word salad.
Words are hard. I'm tired.
Words are hard.
Yeah, words are hard. Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that.